Hi everyone, my name is Rohit and I'm autistic, and I want to talk about something that's really important. Okay, before I get into this video, there is a trigger warning which will be ED, eating disorder, trouble with eating, complicated relationship with food. Now I've got that out of the way, let's get on with the video. So over the last few years, I've been struggling with a particular eating problem and I never knew what it really was. I was peer pressured to be something that I wasn't. I was peer pressured to just eat more food. Overall, since I was like 8 or 9, I've had a big eating problem. So for a while now, I've suspected I've had an ED problem, an eating disorder problem, and I went last week for an assessment, spoke to the assessors, they were quite nice. This week found out that I didn't have an eating disorder, in fact, in which that I feel that I do have an eating disorder. Didn't agree with it much, I was a bit upset. But at the same time, there were support measures in place, like I'm being referred to an OT, occupational therapist, and referred to a dietitian and a nutritionist. First of all, how did we get here? I'm someone that doesn't really eat a lot. My meal contains of a multi-pack of crisps, ice lollies, cashew nuts, flapjacks, maybe the odd like Tic Tac or Haribos, and that's about it for each day. Maybe breakfast on the rare occasion, but it's very rare. How did I get to the fact that I felt that I had an ED? Comments were made about my shape and my body weight, a lot of expectation from my culture. I'm Asian autistic, by the way, to look like a masculine figure of some things, have more muscles when I don't want to be that. People also from my culture not realizing that ED isn't just an eat more food thing. Certain foods can be a sensory nightmare, the way that they smell, because certain smells can just put me off. The way that it tastes in my mouth as well, some of that can just put me off as well. Indirect signals by some relatives to eat more food, when that's basically indirect signals about my body shape and size. A lot of things, and the stats between autism and ED are quite common. There's about 20% of people who are autistic that also have an eating disorder. Autistic people have sensory difficulties with taste and feelness of the food and how it feels, texture in your mouth. A lot of autistic people have a restrictive diet, which basically means a need for control and having familiar foods, so like a routine. Autistic people also count how many calories that they're having, weighing themselves constantly because of concerns of what people are saying about their body shape and size. ARFID is basically when you're avoiding certain types of food or being on a restrictive diet, which at most points, or basically my whole life, I felt like I've always been on a restricted diet. I've mainly been on this because of all the comments about my body weight, shape, size. It's because I don't know when I'm hungry, and I know that sounds a bit silly, but I know my tummy sends me signals to indicate, oh, I'm hungry, I've got to eat now. But I don't know, I just don't feel hungry at that specific time. Acid reflux has also made a big impact on my diet and what I eat as well, because there's certain things that I can't have or it will trigger my acid reflux. So basically, it will come up here, come through the esophagus if I have anything spicy or fizzy, and I'll start spitting everywhere, and it's not a nice feeling. Waiting lists are like far too long, healthcare needs to be accessible for everyone, and I'm just a bit fed up about all of it. Yeah, hopefully I can get the answers that I want, because I'm still looking for answers. I'm still on this journey of recovery from this food problem that I keep to be having, and I'm in recovery mode at the moment. I'm taking each day as it comes. To know to people out there, if you have an ED or if you have a problem with eating as well, you're not alone. I'm definitely with you now, because I thought I was alone. But I feel like a lot of people struggle with eating and diet and stuff. And it's also been impacted by cost of living as well. You know, being restricted to so many foods, not buying your favorite food because like you're on a strict budget. I feel like that's had an impact as well. Anyways, thank you for listening to me for like almost 4 minutes plus, and I hope you have a great day.